Not our next flight. Not even the city we were supposed to sleep in. But indoors, so I'm counting it. Put your bag down. No, seriously, you've been gripping that strap like it personally canceled the connection. There. You okay? Yeah, I know. 6-hour delay, then canceled. Then the gate agent said, weather, with the calm voice of someone who has never been emotionally attacked by a departure board. I'm annoyed too. But you're dry, you're warm, and nobody is sleeping under gate C17 next to a charging station that smells like old fries and broken dreams. So, small victory. Okay, let's see what we're working with. Desk, window, tiny coffee machine that already looks disappointed in us. Bathroom, closet, one lamp, one chair, and one bed. Yeah, I see it. You see it. The bed is also seeing us, which feels unnecessary. Okay, that's fine. You take the bed. No, not we'll figure it out. We figured it out. You take the bed, I'll take the chair. That chair looks like it was designed during a corporate cost-cutting revenge cycle, but I'll survive. Don't make that face. I've slept worse places. Probably. We are adults, co-workers, professionals. People who understand conference badges, quarterly goals, and why expense reports make good people consider crime. We can survive one hotel room. The bed is not helping our professional development, but that's not its job. Do you want first shower? No, I'm not rushing you, just asking. You're shivering. Here, take my jacket. Yeah, I know you said you're fine. You also said airport coffee was not that bad this morning, so your credibility is currently under review. Take it, please. There, that's better. No, don't thank me like that. It's a jacket, not a kidney. Hey, you got quiet. Not tired quiet, different quiet. Is it the room? Or is it me? Be honest, I can handle either answer. Okay, maybe both. Yeah, that's fair. Look at me for a second. There you are. Nothing changed because our flight got canceled. Nothing changed because there's one bed. Nothing changed because you're wearing my jacket and I am being extremely normal about it. Mostly. The room doesn't decide anything. The airline definitely doesn't. We do. You're safe with me. I mean that. Nothing has to happen tonight. Not a decision, not a confession, not a mistake. Not because I'm pretending this isn't awkward. It is. Spectacularly. But awkward does not mean unsafe. You take the bed, I'll take the chair. If you want space, I'll be space. If you want silence, I can do silence. Not naturally, obviously. I seem to be developing a whole airport hotel monologue problem. But I can try. And if you want to talk, we can talk. But I'm not letting a canceled flight turn into a trap. Not for you. This would be easier if we were just co-workers. Sorry, bad sentence. We are co-workers, obviously, very official. Emails, meetings, shared calendar invites. That one printer on 32 that sounds like it's fighting for custody. I just mean, if that was all this felt like. At work, it's easier. There are laptops, conference rooms, people walking in right before a sentence gets dangerous. There's always something to hide behind. In here, there's just one bed, bad weather, and every look I've been pretending not to notice. I'm not going to say too much tonight. I want to, That's the problem. I want to say enough that tomorrow morning can't pretend this didn't happen. And that would be unfair. You're tired. You're stranded. You have airline rage in your bones. And I am not using bad weather and one hotel room to corner you into being honest before you're ready. But I'm also not going to insult you by pretending there's nothing here. There is something. I think we both know that. And if I'm wrong, say so. I won't punish you for it. I won't make the room smaller. I won't make work weird on purpose. Accidentally, maybe. I'm only one man. But I'll try. I noticed you before tonight. Noticed. That's a cowardly little word. But it's the one I can say without making this unfair. I noticed when you saved me a seat at that quarterly meeting and acted like it was because there was an outlet nearby. There was no outlet. I checked later. Which is not weird. Okay, it is slightly weird, but relevant. I noticed when you remembered I take my coffee black and judged me for it with your whole face. Fair, still rude. I noticed when you stayed late fixing the deck and kept saying you were almost done for 45 minutes. I stayed too. I told myself it was because the numbers were messy. They were not that messy. I noticed when you laughed at my break room joke and then immediately told me it wasn't that funny, which was cruel, accurate, deeply damaging to morale. And I noticed the way you stopped looking at me after, like you were afraid I saw too much. I did. I have been very committed to pretending. Honestly, impressive work. I pretend I don't look for you when I walk into a meeting. I pretend I don't slow down when we leave at the same time. I pretend I don't remember the sweater you wear when the office is too cold. The blue one. Yeah, that one. See? That face. That's why I'm being careful. Because if I say too much, you might think tonight made me say it. It didn't. Tonight just took away all my excuses not to. There is one thing I want you to think about. Not answer, think about. When you saved me that seat, when you waited after the meeting, when you sent me the file and stayed online for 10 extra minutes even though the work was done, was any part of you hoping I'd notice? No, don't answer now. That's not a hotel room question. That's a morning question. A real light question. Coffee question. Not exhausted, stranded, one-bed question. But I want you to know, I did notice. Maybe not as fast as I should have. Maybe not as bravely as I should have. But I noticed. Here, I think your charger fell. No, I've got it. Sorry. I didn't mean to crowd you. I was reaching for the outlet. Can I? Yeah? Okay, there. You're still wearing my jacket. No, I know I gave it to you. I'm just dealing with the consequences of generosity. It looks good on you. That was out loud. Great. Very professional. Please strike it from the record. No? Okay, then leave it in. I'm aware of you. That is probably the least shocking confession in this building. But being aware of you does not mean I stop being careful. Actually, it means I get more careful. Because I don't want you wondering for even 1 second whether exhaustion, bad weather, and a hotel room changed what you can trust about me. I can want to be closer to you and still respect that tonight is weird. I can sit in the same room as you, know exactly how close you are, and still not make that your problem. Those are not opposites. Not for me. I didn't just notice you. That's the problem. I started picturing things. Not big dramatic things. Not some ridiculous airport hotel fantasy. Normal things. Grocery shopping. Yeah, I know. Very dangerous. Very cinematic. Produce section. Emotional collapse. But I'm serious. I pictured us doing boring things together. You reading labels like the future of society depends on it. Me putting something irresponsible in the cart. You judging me. Me pretending your judgment doesn't improve my life. I pictured Sunday morning coffee. You in my kitchen, still sleepy. Not trying to be impressive. Not trying to be careful. Just there. And that scared me more than the obvious stuff. Because attraction is easy to explain away. Chemistry, timing, too much airport coffee, fine. But imagining groceries? That is not casual. That is not a look across a conference table. That is not me thinking you're pretty in bad fluorescent lighting. That is me wanting the part of your life that happens after everybody else leaves. And I didn't know what to do with that. So I did what very mature people do. I pretended I was just being a good coworker. And that is probably enough. Maybe too much. No, don't rush to make me feel better. You don't have to catch that just because I finally dropped it. I said I wouldn't make tonight a trap, and I mean that. So we are going to put that down, carefully, right there. Let it exist. No decision attached. No pressure hiding underneath. No little invoice waiting for you in the morning. Just truth. A little inconvenient, very badly timed, but truth. All right, pillow treaty. You take this side, I'll take the chair. No, don't worry about me. The chair and I have unresolved hostility, but we'll grow from it. What? You don't want me sleeping in the chair? Because it looks uncomfortable? It does look uncomfortable. It looks like a chair that sends passive-aggressive emails to HR. But I'm not letting you feel guilty about where I sleep. That is not your job tonight. Your job is to get warm, sleep, wake up in time to glare at the airline again. Mine is to make sure this room stays safe. And maybe to stop looking at you in my jacket like that. Working on it. You want me closer? Okay. Thank you for saying it. I'll sit here, just the edge of the bed. Like this? Good. I won't move closer unless you ask. And if you change your mind, tell me. No hurt feelings. No dramatic stare into the rain. No wounded office crush monologue. Maybe a small one internally, very tasteful, but not at you. You can want me near and still want space. You can be curious and still be unsure. You can feel something and still not owe it a name tonight. I can handle that. Tomorrow, when we've slept, when we're not stranded, when the airline has stopped writing experimental fiction with our itinerary, we can talk. If you want. No pressure, no deadline, no weird morning after meeting invite with an agenda titled Feelings. Just a real conversation. Away from the one bed, away from the storm, away from the part of tonight that makes everything feel louder. And if tomorrow you want to go back to normal, I'll respect that. I might hate it a little. No, I will hate it a little. But I'll respect it. And if tomorrow you don't want to go back to normal, then we'll figure out what that means. Slowly. There you go. That's better. You're warm now. Still wearing my jacket. I'm being very mature about that. Heroic, almost. Close your eyes. I'll stay right here until you fall asleep. Then I'll move to the chair. No? Okay. Then I'll stay on this side. Pillows between us. Hands to myself. No accidental confession while you're half asleep. Mostly. No, I'm kidding. For tonight, we rest. Nothing has to happen tonight. And tomorrow we stop pretending. Only if you still want to. Sleep. I've got you. Not like that. Just enough.